A UFC champion admitted he was afraid of Islam Makhachev until he had nightmares. If you already have the status of a UFC champion, an MMA champion should not be afraid of anyone. The reason is, he is already at the top of the food chain of the world's top MMA organizations. Only certain people can become UFC champions. The fighting abilities and courage of UFC champions have definitely been tested. However, recently a UFC champion was not embarrassed to admit that he was afraid of Islam Makhachev. The UFC lightweight champion does have a lot of records that could make other champions afraid. Makhachev is currently undefeated in a 13-fight streak. This brother of Khabib Nurmagomedov also defeated great rivals in his latest appearance. The UFC Submission King, Charles Oliveira, instead crushed Makhachev with a quick submission win. The featherweight ruler who had never previously lost in the UFC, Alexander Volkanovski, was also brushed by Makhachev. Not just once, Volkanovski was even defeated twice. In the second meeting, Volkanovski, the former UFC pound-for-pound #1 champion, was knocked out by Makhachev. Currently Islam Makhachev is the #1 fighter in the UFC. The UFC champion who admitted he was afraid of Makhachev was bantamweight king, Sean O'Malley. The fighter who just won the championship belt on August 19 did not hesitate to say that Makhachev was on a different level from other UFC champions. "Who is the best fighter in the UFC right now?" said O'Malley as quoted by Sport Express. "Islam is very scary," continued the owner of a record of 17 wins, 1 loss and 1 no contest. O'Malley even admitted to having nightmares about Makhachev. "I once had a nightmare where I had to fight him. I woke up and thought, oh God, thank God it was just a dream." Islam is so complete as a fighter. He is also very experienced. "I would say that Islam is on a different level," he concluded. Fortunately for O'Malley, a meeting between him and Makhachev will likely never happen. These two champions are very far apart in weight. Sean O'Malley fights at bantamweight 61.2 kilograms while Islam Makhachev is at lightweight 70.3 kilograms. Makhachev is even aiming to fight at welterweight 77.1 kilograms in the near future.